Hello, everyone. You are welcome to the first ever podcast between myself, Prince Lavi, and my brother,
My guy,
Antonio.
my guy.
What you do, man? How you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. Your side?
I'm also very good, man. How you feeling about the first podcast?
Well, I'm kind of excited. I'm nervous. I don't know, but well, let's go. Let's see how it goes. But then it gotta be good. So yeah,
Yeah, it has to
cheers
be,
to
man.
that.
That's the
Cheers to
only
that. Cheers
way.
to that.
On this
Cheer, bro.
podcast,
Cheer,
we're
bro.
going to be talking about sporting events. We're going to analyze everything that happened during the week from basketball to football. And we will be giving our takes on everything that happened in the world of sports. And we're going
Definitely.
to waste time, man. Bro, what do you think about the NBA draft? The first.
Oh man. Oh man. Okay, well, I wasn't too excited about the NBA draft this time around because we didn't have any standout talents like last year when everybody knew Zion Williamson was going first. This one was simply based on the top three teams, that's Minnesota, Golden State, and Hornets, right? Charlotte Hornets, to pick among the pool of players, the players that best fits what they had. So, like with Minnesota going first, there was no way they could have picked James Wiseman. Well, he's a center, and they already have Carl Anthony Towns, so there was no sense in them drafting for James Wiseman, although he's a very good talent. So they went with the other option that Anthony Edwards, who many are starting to call him the next Dwayne Wade, because apparently he's a six shooting guard. So let's see what he can bring to the Timberwolves. And then of course my guy Lamelo Ball,
Mm-hmm.
go nigga number two. He's a how do I call it? He's someone that will pull a lot of people, will get people watching the Hornets again. And I'm sure it's going to make them a bit relevant. After they lost Kemba Walker, I don't know anybody who was watching the Hornets again. So with him going to the Hornets, I'm sure he will bring some pull and some mileage to them. So I mean, let's see how it goes. We are starting the season on the 22nd. That's even less than a month. So
Mm-hmm.
let's see how it goes. Let's see how they do in training camp, and then
Mm-hmm.
it's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
I feel Lamelo is like he's bringing a lot of star power. He's gonna pull a lot of crowd. With his father, his brother already in the NBA, and
Yeah.
the Hornets not doing so well. I feel that he's gonna help the team, and the Hornets have also acquired uh, some few good players, and I feel that
True.
yeah, Lamelo and the new team, the young guys in the Hornets will push for playoff this season. Hopefully, we will see. We will see because the East is also
Oh,
getting quite packed with with with,
you
with
see, you see what the Hawks, you see what the Hawks are doing in the
yeah,
East.
yeah, man, yeah,
Oh, it's
yeah, yeah.
crazy. It's crazy.
They're packing a group of soldiers, and it's gonna be a wonderful army next season. Trey Young
Let's
and
see. Let's see.
oh yeah, so hopefully the NBA next season is gonna be very interesting. And
Certainly.
what do you think about the Nigerian born players?
Oh, oh. This it was a record, man. I'm so proud of Nigeria. I don't know what they are doing right,
Yeah,
but I'm
man.
so proud. They had, I think, a total of about 8 players
Hmm.
in this year's first round draft. Eight
Hmm.
players from Nigerian descent.
Hmm.
That's huge.
Hmm.
That's huge. So whatever they are doing it right, and I just hope they keep going. And all the best to all 8 players. Hope they are able to do well in the NBA because it's not easy. It's
Hmm.
not easy, but I hope they're able to do well in the NBA, and then hopefully they can come play for Nigeria, and let's get a good team to contend in the Olympics one day.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully Nigeria will win it if they decide to come back.
Oh yeah, that'll take. That'll take a bit because you know what America did to Nigeria when they had Okogie and those boys. Was crazy. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
America is quite unstoppable when it comes to the world stage in basketball.
Of course, they own basketball basically. The champion of the NBA is the world champion. So what
Yeah,
else?
yeah, 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 yeah. And some teams have made some signings this year. The
Mhm.
Lakers. What do you think about your new signings?
I think it's not fair. you know, there was a lot of stick on Rob Pelinka. Prior to the beginning of last season, and all he did by getting Anthony Davis, by getting Markieff Morris at the deadline, was good, and people were even expecting to win the club owner of the year, the team owner of the year, but well, it didn't go to him. And this time on, even after winning by winning the chip, he still went in hard. Like how do you win a chip and get the sixth man of the year and get the first runner up of the sixth man of the year to come beef up your team? Of course, they lost good players like Rondo. They lost Dwight Howard to the Sixers. Um, who else is coming? They traded McGee out. So I mean, they lost quite. Um, those guys are coming back again. The guy that didn't go to the bubble, what's his name? Um,
He's gone to Miami. He's in
yeah, yeah,
Miami.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Go Miami, but then his name is skipping. He's not coming back, and I mean he was good, although he didn't play in the bubble
Mhm.
during the regular season, like especially their games against Clippers. When he hit, I think 4 threes in the fourth quarter, that was the third quarter, that was unheard of, for him. So yeah, I mean the Lakers by far have done the best job. You can't overlook also what the Portland Trailblazers have done. Sixers is getting better, but let's see if for any way my boy Ben Simmons can find his jump shot again
Mhm.
and be stays without getting injured.
Mhm.
Right now, is able to bring the Verve back to the team. Of course, they have Doc Rivers, who's an astute basketball coach, is a winner.
Mhm.
So let's see how it's gonna go. The
Yeah.
Hawks, as you already mentioned, have done a good job. So
Mhm. Yeah.
a lot of teams.
And Ibaka
With
to the
Clippers,
Clippers.
I was gonna say that. So with
Ibaka.
Ibaka also going to the Clippers, I mean that's um I can see why people are saying it's an upgrade to Shooter. Sorry, to
Mhm.
Montreal's Harrell,
Mhm.
but this is not entirely
Mhm.
on the defense. Of course, he's a better rim protector than Montreal's Harrell, but not on the offensive side. I mean, he's a good three-pointer and three-point shooter, but I mean, all in all, Montreal Harrell was averaging about 18 points a game coming from the bench, and that
Mhm.
won him the Sixth Man of the Year.
Mhm.
So I think it's not a big difference from what they have done. Let's see, we still have some time. If they're able to get a guard, a point guard as such, then they could contend. But I'm hearing they want to. I mean, they wanted to get Chris Paul, it didn't happen. They wanted Rondo, it didn't happen. And then Lou Williams is also getting traded. So I don't know what they're going to do at the guard. Maybe Patrick Beverly will be able to hold his own. I don't think so. So I
Mhm.
think they need, I think, one or two more people to be able to beef up. They lost Shamet too, so that's
Mhm.
hard. That's hard.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
hard. So
I
let's
feel
see how it goes.
Clippers are the dogs, they're hungry. And I feel that. And one thing I have a question about with the Lakers is, you don't really change a winning team. And I don't see, because, Rondo was in the Lakers for some time with Lonzo Ball and the guys, and, they built some chemistry together. And yes, the Lakers acquired Anthony Davis, who was like an automatic, uh, match with LeBron, and they had a good season. But I feel like with these new guys, there's not so much chemistry and stuff like that, and it may take them some time to, build that chemistry they had last season. And so we'll see how it goes, because
That is true. That is true because on your point with the chemistry, I mean that was what everybody was saying last season. But if you have a player like LeBron James who's willing to go the extra mile to bring his players together by organizing team trips, they went to Vegas right after winning. I mean, I think it was in Cleveland, one of the series. He suited the whole team up. Just know some things to bring camaraderie and everything. So I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be fine. So
mhm,
it's not, and also it's seemingly impossible to bring, especially if you win a chip. It's seemingly impossible to bring the role players back into the team. Of course, the main players like KCP, um, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, they will be there. Kuzma, they will be there. But then the role players like Rondo, That's going to be hard. Dwight Howard didn't get a lot of minutes in the playoffs because now they have won a chip. Their stakes have increased, right? But then the Lakers are not going to pay them much money because they have to make sure they are within the cap. So other teams will also see them as good players and offer them more. And that was sway to the. I don't think the money the Hawks offered Rondo, the Lakers were willing to offer him that. So of course yeah, I mean he's a veteran and he had to go. So
yeah. He had to go for the money because time is ticking, you know.
you can see that.
Yeah, and yes, in the East we have the Nets. What do you think about them? Are they going to play a very vital role against the Lakers? Are they going to give them a run for their money, or no? What do you think?
See, if you have Kyrie Irving,
Mhm.
if you have Kevin Durant, you should be a winner, hands down, right? But Durant is coming from an Achilles injury, and that is I'll say that is the worst injury you can get in basketball, as well as breaking your leg, breaking your arms, whatever, right? So if Kevin Durant is able to come back as aggressive as he was, as you saw in Golden State, right? If it's explosive enough, then of course they are fine. I mean, he's a he has a 7 foot wingspan. He should be able to make his jump shots, right? And I don't know anyone who's able to do his jump shots. That'd be hard to do. So he's gonna have his jump shots. So I'm sure he's going to be able to give you the 26, 27 points average for this season. But as to if he's going to be that active on defense, that explosive to the ring, that will be hard. So I mean, let's see. I mean, I wish them well. They have a solid team already. Already before last season, of course, we had Kevin Durant, we had Kyrie. They didn't play because they were both injured. But you know what Spencer didn't. We didn't even know Tolly Allen did. No, those guys, Joe Harris, we know what they did. They held their own. So let's see. Yeah, so let's see if these two superstars or stars joining them will be able to push them to that level to compete like seriously for a ring. You know what happened with the Clippers? They had a fantastic team, but like full no. Even before Kawhi and Paul George, they had dogs. They had Tobias Harris, they had Lou Williams, they had Montreal Harrell, Patrick Beverly, you know, and they were dogs and they made it to the final to the playoffs, right? We saw when they brought in Paul George, when they brought in Kawhi Leonard, there was chemistry issues, and that was what affected them in this playoff. So let's see if the Nets are able to overcome that barrier of chemistry and playing together and gelling. Let's see. Well, they have a new coach. He's a rookie coach, if I can say that. So let's see how he's going to do.
You mean Ty Lue? You're talking about the Nets?
Yeah.
So Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash.
Yeah, Kevin. Exactly.
Yeah. So we will see how he goes. And talking about injury, Klay Thompson is out again. Before the season starts, he's out again, and that's so sad for the Warriors because people were looking forward to this season with him getting back with Steph Curry after their long layoff. And
basketball is just better when the Golden State Warriors are playing. As Golden State Warriors, and there's no Golden State Warriors without Klay Thompson. They have Steph Curry, they have Draymond Green, but there's no Golden State Warriors without Klay Thompson. The two-headed beast, Klay and Steph. So without Klay, I mean, it's a bummer for the whole league. They have made some trades, and let's see how how far they will be able to go. But I doubt they'll be able to compete enough to be able to maybe get to the finals. I doubt that, but I'm sure they should be able to make the playoffs. And well, there's a time for Steph Curry to man up. Let's see what he's about.
They have Wiseman, so the second pick in the draft.
Exactly.
So maybe he also have to step up early and help their title aspirations. And so we'll see. And so looking in the past season, LeBron winning the chip, and Michael Jordan winning 6. Does it make LeBron the GOAT, or what do you think? Because personally, for me, I think that Michael Jordan is, unstoppable. I feel that, no matter what LeBron does, Michael Jordan is unstoppable because he never lost in the final. He never. He never ever lost in the final. And let's remember this. Anytime he went to the NBA finals, he killed everyone. And literally, he was a master on the floor. He made his teammates accountable. He walked the court like a god. He was just wonderful. He showed up when he was needed, when he had to pass to his teammates to make the the the, the shots that mattered. He trusted his teammates. He made them do the shots. So I feel that Michael Jordan is the GOAT. There's no way you can take that away from him. And he left the NBA. He came back. He won again with the Bulls 6 times. Same team 6 times. That really shows that LeBron has been good. I can say he has been very, very good. He went to some finals. He basically was in the East most of the time, and he won with very stacked teams. If you see in Miami, in Cleveland, comparing Cleveland now and then, when LeBron James was around, you could agree with me that all the star players are gone. Kyrie's gone. All the good players are off. But whenever LeBron comes to town, all the star players want to play with him, like it's happening now in the Lakers. So I feel it's quite unfair to the other players because they don't really attract star players like LeBron does. So yeah, I feel that
That's
and
crazy,
also
bro.
and also LeBron lost. He lost to the Warriors. The Warriors killed him. They destroyed him. Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, even before Kevin Durant came to town, Steph Curry was killing him, was using him for barbecue. So trust me, trust me. I feel that Jordan is the best.
Okay.
What do you have to say
Can I
about
come in
that?
now?
Yeah, you can come
Can I come in now?
in.
I listened to you blaspheme for for almost 5 minutes. So what I've come to do is to appease the basketball gods. So allow me to appease the basketball gods.
Go on.
There's no way under the sun that's LeBron, that's Michael Jordan is the GOAT in basketball. The outside GOAT is King James and it's LeBron James. And these are my reasons. I have a whole list of factors I can just throw at you to buttress my point. But I just nitpick, once a few of them and just throw them in your face. Right? First, I ask you a question. Okay? Kyle Kuzma, right? And Jason Tatum. Who's the better player?
Jason.
Jason Tatum is the better player, right?
Yeah.
How many rings does he have?
None.
How many rings does Kyle Kuzma have?
One.
One. But still, Jason Tatum is a better player than Kuzma, right?
Yeah.
Okay, first thing, put it aside. Good. When Jordan was playing, when Michael Jordan was playing,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
He was in the Eastern Conference.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the most difficult conference at the time. The Eastern Conference was more difficult than the Western Conference.
Mm-hmm.
So certainly, it was harder for Michael Jordan to make the finals in the Eastern Conference. There were times he was knocked out in the first round. And there were several years he couldn't even make the playoffs at all because the Eastern Conference was hard. We know what the Bad Boy Pistons did to Michael Jordan, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Western Conference was easy. So anytime Michael Jordan got to the finals, was able to fight his way to get to the finals, of course, they had the best team and they were going to win. Hence, his 6 times winning, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Michael Jordan was playing in the West at that time,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he'd have made maybe about 12 or 13 playoff finals because the West was easier, right? So he would have gotten out of the West and made the final. But if he had gotten there and he had met those people that beat him in the East, like the Bad Boy Pistons, they would certainly have knocked him out, and he would have had something else on his record, and that's a fact, right? Because he couldn't get over those teams, and that's a fact, a known fact, right? Now, LeBron James played most of his time in the Eastern Conference, and that was the easiest conference. So, of course, he made it to the finals more times, right? If he was playing in the Western Conference, he wouldn't have been able to make it to the final that many times, because, of course, he'd have had to play the Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant, and I don't think his team would have been able to overcome that. So maybe he wouldn't even have made those finals, right? So because he was in the East and it was easy, he was able to make it to the finals. And when he met the stronger team, right? When he met the stronger team from the West, then they beat him. Every time Michael Jordan got to the final, right, his team was the best on paper, and the odds were in Jordan's favor per head to head, right? Anytime LeBron James got to the final, it's just about 2 times that on paper you can say, okay, well, they were supposed to win. Like the first one, he lost against the Mavericks. That was the bad one, right? That's the only knock on LeBron James' CV. Against the Mavericks, he should have won, and he lost that one. So that's the knock on LeBron James, right? But then the one in Miami against OKC with the young Kevin Durant and young Westbrook, he won, of course. But yeah, that one he also went in as the favorites, right? And he won. The subsequent ones against Spurs, he won one, he lost one. They were not the favorites. Against Golden State, the first time in 2015, without Kyrie Irving, without Kevin Love, he wasn't the favorite. The one he won against Golden State, he wasn't the favorite. And of course, the one that the last 2 with Kevin Durant in the Golden State Warriors, he wasn't the favorite also, because of course the West had the strongest team. So for 4 years, the teams for the 4 times he got to the finals, he had to play with stronger teams, right? Against the Spurs, they had 4 all-time great players, Hall of Fame players in Ginobili, Parker, Duncan, and Kawhi Leonard, right? So the Heat wasn't the favorites, and that was how come he was losing those finals. But even in losing the finals, if you look at his individual stats, right? Even he's looking at the individual stats, he led his team all the finals he played in points, in assists, and in rebounds. It is only this recent final that Anthony Davis beat him to points. But for the remaining 9 times he's been to the final, he's led his team in points, rebound, and assist. And that means that anytime he got to the finals, what he had to do as LeBron James, he did it. Apart from Mavericks, where you can see he choked, and that was his first final. Apart from that, anytime he got to the finals, he did what he was supposed to do. If you go back and look at 2015 finals, 2018 finals, although they lost, see, after the although they lost, if you look at the numbers LeBron James put up, even in 2018, he could have been MVP of the final, although he lost, but of course that gives to the winning team. In 2015, with Matthew Dellavedova as his next star on the team, see where they were able to reach. They took Golden State to Game 6, and at the point they were even leading 2-1 against Golden State, where with Steph Curry, the greatest shooter we have ever seen. Klay Thompson, the sickest catch and throw guy we have ever seen in the game, and Draymond Green also. You get it? So then we should see that LeBron James cannot be knocked for the finals he lost, because of course the West was stronger. And the host of other points, like he's going to finish his career as top 5 assists, top 5 scoring. Probably scoring is going to be number 1, depending on how hot he is. But he could lead the scoring, he could lead the assist, and he could be top 10 rebounds. And that's amazing.
I can hear a feedback. I can hear feedback
from someone who isn't. Sorry, give me a second. Yeah.
So who's disturbing you?
Uh,
So yeah, so we will see. You have made your submissions, but I just want to tell you
you know what?
something.
No, don't let's say anything. Let's leave it to the audience to judge. So in the comment section, I want you all to comment and let us know who your greatest of all time is. Okay, so based on our argument, let's just see who our greatest of all time is. Because this argument, even Michael Jordan said, there's no way you can call him the GOAT or call LeBron James the GOAT because it's two different eras and it wouldn't be fair to judge.
Mhm.
Right. So but LeBron James was bold enough to call himself the GOAT after winning the 2016 um, ring. So, I mean, as you say, like this argument will go on forever. Forever. Unless
Yeah.
someone comes and outshines both of them. People
Yeah.
have because, I mean, Mike Jordan was like an idol. I'm
Mhm.
not going to say the pool Michael Jordan has, LeBron James had. No way. Like, if you look at the 1992 Dream Team in Barcelona, when Michael Jordan got out, it was mayhem because people had seen Michael Jordan. So of course he was like a god, and he was an icon even to LeBron James, and that's how LeBron James is number 23. But
Mhm.
also we know that a student can become better than his teacher. So what LeBron James has done in basketball, 17 years of excellence, consistent excellence. He never cheated a game. He never retired. He played consistently with no trouble, with no bad press. He just played consistently for 17 years and saved the game of basketball. I think he's the greatest ever. But as I said, let's leave it to the comment section. So
Okay, we will leave it to them. But let's remember, Jordan never lost in the finals. So we go to the field of football, and we had a bad news about the great Maradona. He passed away and with a heart attack, and it has been a very big shock for the football world. Maradona being one of the best players ever in the world, alongside Pele. He won the World Cup with Argentina. Made his name, made a name for himself in Napoli, in Italy, and in Barcelona, in Spain. Was one of the best players in the league, and made a name also for himself in Boca Juniors, where he also played. And it's a big shock for many of the players because he's an idol for many upcoming players, and he was a very good player. He carried himself well around the pitch. And what do you have to say about this?
I don't like you call Maradona a good player. That's an insult, and I want you to take it back. Maradona wasn't a good player. Maradona was a football god in plain language. He was a football god. You get it?
True,
Looking at
true.
what I mean, he's the king of Naples. I heard on the news that Napoli has its name in their stadium after Maradona, and that is a step in the right direction. Of course, like he has done immense for the game. Remember the famous hand of God, like beating, like dribbling through the whole English defense to score that goal in the World Cup. Like it's crazy. Maradona is, I mean, his charisma. I mean, of course, as a human being, he had his own flaws, but Maradona is Maradona, the king of Naples. And
Yeah,
wherever he is, may his soul rest in peace.
yeah.
And we are thankful for
hmm
all he's done for
hmm
the game of football.
Yeah, yeah. May his soul rest in peace. And this week there was a Champions League. A few
Mhm.
interesting games. Chelsea versus Stade de Rennes from France. Chelsea won by 2 goals to one. Olivier Giroud scoring in injury time as a super sub, in
Mhm.
his country of France, going there and destroying Rennes. What do you have to say about Olivier Giroud and Chelsea's performance?
Well, Chelsea's performance wasn't the stream performance we've seen recently in the league. But well, it was good enough. I mean, it's all about 3 points. As a good team, sometimes you should be able to grind out results like they did. So all in all, it was a good team performance. Timo Werner wasted some chances that, my God, he shouldn't have wasted. I mean, a player of his caliber. But we'll take it like that. It was okay. So it was all right. Olivier Giroud is a winner. And he's a World Cup winner, and he's a scorer of goals. I mean, that is his mission. So once he's on the field, there's always a goal threat. But also, let's not forget Edu Mendy, the Chelsea goalkeeper. He played for Stade Rennes, and then he's playing for Chelsea now. So I think it was also an emotional time for him, returning back to the team he loved to play against them. And I'm sure he would have wanted to keep a clean sheet, but
unfortunately, they had to.
It happened like that. So exactly.
And Manchester also winning against Istanbul. Bruno Fernandes scoring some beautiful goals. His first goal was, or his second goal was, crazy. The long shot from nowhere and, entering the net. And it was really a nice one.
I mean, with Fernandes, what I took from the game was he given the penalty kick to Rashford because he was on a hat trick, and if he had played the penalty, he would have most likely gotten the hat trick. But being matured enough to I had some shaky times with penalties recently. So even though I'm on a hat trick, you can take it as a good penalty taker. That was a lot of respect to Hernandez. Fernandes, I mean.
And Barcelona also winning Dynamo Kiev. Barcelona hasn't been in good form recently, but they managed to grind some result out against Dynamo. And what do you think about Barcelona?
Second string Barcelona is still Barcelona. Yeah. So even without Messi, they should be able to win. It wasn't a shocker. I expected them to win. So during the first half, when it was 0-0, I thought, what's going on? But they came back to put 4 goals in and all good. So yeah.
And Real Madrid yesterday also scoring Inter Milan 2 goals to nil. Inter got a red card in the first half. Arturo Vidal, and Real Madrid smashed them 2-0.
If there's a team that can, if there's anybody who knows how to win the Champions League, that's Zidane. So even if his form is slow, during the Champions League, you can't bet against Zidane. So it was. People didn't expect Madrid to be able to win, but I wasn't surprised myself when he did.
And there's one special player I want us to talk about. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He's 39 years old. He's scoring goals for fun in the Serie A. He's
ridiculous.
Defenders. He's ridiculous. Amazing. What do you think about his form?
It's ridiculous. That's the word. It's ridiculous. Like he says, he's not a football player. He's a god. So he's a god in goal scoring. And wow, it's crazy. It's crazy. See what he just did to Napoli. Like, that's crazy. That's all I can say about Zlatan. It's crazy. He's a god, and long may he reign.
He's really good. He's really scoring so many goals, and we'll see. I think age is just a number for him now. And I want us to go to the next segment, which is prediction. I want us to predict for next week's or this week's Premier League or European League matches. So I'm going to give you some teams, and you're going to tell me who's going to win. And this is the last segment. So Chelsea versus Tottenham.
Whew, that will be hard because it's Mourinho and it's Chelsea again.
Yeah.
And both teams are on form. That'd be hard. I don't know why. Instinct is telling me Chelsea could pull 1. Chelsea could actually win this game, but on paper, Tottenham is really on form. They have more cohesion because they played. It's almost the same team that played last season. And with Chelsea, it's a new team, so they are still getting to know themselves. So I give the nod to Tottenham. Although I'm a Chelsea fan, I give the nod to Tottenham. And if Chelsea win, cheers.
Okay. And Arsenal versus Wolves?
Ooh, that's a hard game because it depends. The Arsenal midfield it's not that strong. Looking at Partey being injured, I don't know if he's coming back. But if Partey ain't coming back, then I don't think Arsenal could win. Their best should be a draw.
I think Chelsea and Arsenal will grind it and try to win this because they're both playing at home, and so we'll see. And
Well, there
next
are no
one,
fans. There are no fans, so playing at home doesn't even make much.
it doesn't make any influence, any change. Okay.
Exactly.
And what about Manchester United versus Southampton?
Well, that should be a good game to watch. A comfortable win for Manchester United, but we know with Manchester, after a big European win, they come back and lose. So let's see what Oli has on his sleeve, but they should win. As well, we can't count Southampton out.
We'll see. And Liverpool, Brighton.
Liverpool Street. Yeah.
Yeah, I also think Liverpool have this under lock and key. And what about Manchester City versus Burnley?
Manchester City.
Manchester City.
I don't see an upset this week. Manchester City.
Yeah, okay. And Real Madrid play Alaves in the La Liga.
Watch out for that game. It might go to Alaves.
Oh, I don't think so. I think Real Madrid have this. Real Madrid.
Real Madrid should win, but we know their form in the league. So I'm seriously, I have instincts, and my instincts are telling me more like Alaves. So
We will
who
see.
knows?
Barcelona also play Osasuna. So
Well, arrested Messi is a dangerous human being. So I'll go Barcelona.
okay. I think Barcelona should win, but maybe they're going to draw. Maybe we will see. And in the Italian Liga, we have a nice tough match: Napoli versus Roma.
Whew. That's hard. I mean, we know what Pedro is doing in Roma. I mean, on paper, you say Napoli, but I mean, that's too close to call. Anything can happen. But I expect a goal first.
You expect a goal. We will see.
Yeah.
We will see how it goes. And finally, in the Bundesliga, Bayern versus Stuttgart.
Bayern Munich shit. I mean, who bets against Bayern Munich? Bayern Munich shit.
Yeah, we are sweeping everybody. So yeah,
Exactly.
we have come to the end of this sweet and wonderful podcast, and so we will see how the matches go during the weekend, and we'll see what happens in the NBA and the news and stuff like that. It was a pleasure having you, bro. And next week we do it again, and we make magic again. So
certainly. So let's say big ups to our sponsors, LA Sports. You can check them out on Instagram. Yeah, Sports Group and Skywatch Event. It's an event organization in Europe. So big ups to our sponsors, and rest in peace, Diego Armando Maradona.
Yeah, rest in peace, Diego Armando Maradona.
Man, 2020 has been cruel for sports. 2020 has been cruel for sports. Yeah. Rest in peace, Big Kobe. It's crazy.
Yeah, all the big guys, man. They're watching us from heaven. So, man, I'll see you. Take care.
I'll see you when I see you, bro.
Be safe, man.
You too, bro. Peace out, bro.
Peace.